Hello everybody, it is Friday and it has been quite some time since Honey and I checked in. I apologize for our absence. We let the kids on spring break, and since we did, we said, oh well, we might as well get some projects done. I painted Honey's office and started some other things, and then we also went out of town. So there's all getting all ready for that, going out of town, and then, driving back, and then forgetting what day it is. And I got really behind on all things YouTube, but I'll be catching up here real soon. So it was some needed time. I didn't intend to take such a long hiatus, but we're back now. So I wanted to update you on some weigh-ins that we missed. So 2 weeks of weigh-ins we missed. The first week that we didn't put it up, we actually filmed it, and then I didn't get to put it up because life kind of exploded. And so I didn't put it up. But that week, that was the first week, Honey was down 0.8, right? I'm correct.
0.8.
Yeah, and so that was great. And then that week, I was down 0.2. So for me, it was more of a maintain, because the week prior to that, I was down 0.2, and the week prior to that, I was up 0.4. So for those 3 weeks, I kind of came out as, I guess, the same. Let me try to move the, get the light off my face a bit. Okay, so, that it is what it is. Okay, so when we went out of town, so this week, okay, I have to tell you, first of all, I'll give you a backstory to the weigh-in. So we went out of town. Normally we went to my mom's house for Easter, and a lot of us, our family, the kids, they all came from all over the U.S., and we would gather at Easter time. And the reason why we would gather around Easter was because not only, did we like to have like the egg hunts and stuff like that, but it was my mom's birthday too. We're real close to my mom's birthday, so we would celebrate that. She'd have like something special at her church, and we would all go, and she was so happy to have so many her family be able to go with her. And it was just the time of gathering for our family wasn't Christmas or Thanksgiving, it was Easter. And Mom passed before Thanksgiving this last year, and so this was the first Easter without her, and also it was her birthday on Monday when we were out of town. And so it was a good time for us to we hadn't been out of town or been anywhere since Mom left, and so we just needed some family time, and we needed to focus and just get our mind out. You know what I mean? And it was really good. Look at that light. Okay, I got that taken care of. Okay, so we just needed a moment as a family to breathe. And it was just for a day or so or two. And then we stopped at the beach on the way back and looked at the waves. We were able to see some dolphins and stuff. And just, we just had a moment. And so it was great, but we went to Knott's Berry Farm, and which is one of our favorite places of all time. You know that, we've mentioned it before, and it's the time of the berry festival now, which is great because they have all things berry, boysenberry. But so we did get one tasting card, and we share it between us so that we don't overeat. But also one thing that we did different this year was, because I'm doing low carb and I did stay on board the entire trip, we kind of just stuck with like low carb meals. You know what I mean? We didn't really have the stuff that was like high sugar. And, then of course we only had like a bit of it because we had to split everything 5 ways. But I think the only sugary thing was the kids, we got them that slushy. They had like a pomegranate boysenberry slushy, and we separated it among the kids, and they really liked that. But that was the only like sugary thing that we got from the tasting card. The only thing that I really tried, it's really hard for me to go down there and not have like a piece of boysenberry pie. And so what we did was we bought a boysenberry turnover from the bakery, and then we split that 5 ways. So I had like 2 good bites of it, and with some coffee, and we just like sat down on the edge of the sidewalk, and I was just in heaven. I'm like, this is worth the whole trip for me to just come and have 1 bite of this. And so it was okay. And I thought, Dr. Robert Lustig talks about when you're intaking something like that's sugary or something, the poison is really in the dosage. He doesn't like sugar at all, or definitely not fructose, but you really have to look at the amount that you're having, right, and how that's going to react to your blood sugar. And so I tested it like an hour later, and I was pretty stable. So just a couple of bites didn't really do me, much harm. Okay. Now move it back this way. Is that in your way? Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we did go to the chicken dinner restaurant. That's another big thing that we like to do there. And we had a lunch, but like for the breakfast buffets in the morning and for that dinner restaurant, I actually took my own bread. I took some keto bread and some of the low carb lemon poppy seed muffins that I made. So I would just have my bread that I made with other things, and it just felt totally normal to do it that way. And Honey had some too, didn't you, Honey?
Yeah, I thought that was smart for you to take that.
Yeah, it actually kept me on board. And then, of course, I had my Quest bars. So, if I needed something, and when we were in the park, I didn't want to like run and get some churros or something like that. And I didn't. So I figured that if I could stay on board for that one day out of the entire year, boy, I've got this licked. This is great. But because we sat so long, we were in traffic so long, it was like 9 hours, altogether, probably more, in just driving. And then a lot of standing and walking. But I actually won a Fitbit challenge while we were walking at the park one day. And so that was cool. But by the end of the day, when I wore my leggings, and when I was going to take them off, my ankles had swelled up like weird bad. And so by the time we got home, it was weigh-in day when we got home. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to do this. I mean, I know you can take like a pass when you go to classes, even though I don't go. I took a pass this week.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah. So
I would have took a pass.
He didn't take a pass. You want to tell him what you did?
I'm up exactly 2 pounds.
So that's what the trip did to him. And he did all the driving. So it happens, and so that's exactly why I took a pass. And I'm feeling much better now. How do you feel now? Do you feel like it's coming down much?
Yeah, not really. It's just, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, maybe just more water and time. We'll see. We got a lot to talk about tonight. It's date night, just in case you didn't know. But yeah, I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know that we are going to be back at it again. This time that we had, I also wanted to mention this time that I had a lot of thoughts about my mom, because we had lost her, in November, and because I'm missing her now. This is the time that I would normally, we'd see her. And I kind of was just trying to like figure it out, and I thought, it's not like, are we going to go do something now? This would be a good time to start a new tradition for this time of year. And it's not like, I don't feel like I'm leaving her or walking away from her, or, how do I'm really bad at saying this, like her memory or anything. I think my mom, because she spent so much time with me, she's invested in me. She's always going to be part of me. She's always going to go forward with me no matter what I do, and she would want me to do that. And she loved me. She poured herself into me, and everything that I am is because she was in my life.
She's a great woman.
Right. So she's always going to be part of me, and I will go forward with her. And so I'm not leaving her because I'm doing things different. I'm taking her with us. And she'll always be with us. Anyway, well, it's true. And yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you on all that stuff, groovy stuff. Heavy thoughts at this time of the year. Anyway, love you guys. And I talked too much. Is there anything you want to say to everybody?
I got it out. I confess.
All right, guys. We'll see you real soon. Bye.